Okay, folks, one of my faves on here. I say faves, he isn't a fave of mine, but we've covered him on here a lot over the last sort of 2 or 3 months. It's old Dan WOOOOOOTON. Now, this is an apology before the following video. I've only done this once before. Well, I say an apology, it's a disclaimer if you like. I've done it once before. I actually did it after one of the Philip and Timothy Schofield videos. You may have seen them. It was after the one that was a bit near the knuckle. I think myself I went too far for all I put it out there, and for all I enjoyed it myself. I know it will have offended some people, and I don't mean to, I genuinely don't. This video about Dan WOOOOOOTON may offend the odd person or upset the odd person, and the reason I'm doing this little disclaimer is I do know on this channel I have a few followers and friends of Dan WOOOOOOTON. Oh, I can say it. WOOOOOOTON. I didn't think I could say that all like that. Anyway, I do know he's got a few followers, and that's fine. I make fun of virtually every single subject. It's what I do. I don't call myself Britain's Grumpy Stolgate without reason. I am that. I am. Some of you may notice I do have a heart, believe it or not, and I do have a sense of humour, believe it or not. But in the main, most things get me go, and I vent about them on here, sometimes more than others. Dan WOOOOOOTON, I've not got massive feelings for or against the guy, but I do know on here that he does have some supporters, and I've got a few hundred subscribers now, many that I like, some of them that have been with me almost from the outset, very loyal subscribers who comment more than others. And I like people's comments, I like the interaction, I really get a lot from it. Never thought I would, never thought I'd end up commenting back. I send a reply to most every single comment, unless it doesn't deserve one, or unless it's something that I really don't agree with. So I try to comment back. I just want the WOOOOOOTON, see I'm falling into it again, followers to know I haven't got a real Instagram with him yet, but I am going to have a laugh and a joke at his expense. I did it with Schofield. Some might say it's wrong. I was very much against Schofield from the outset. I still think there's more skeletons in the cupboard, but it's been a while, we've heard nothing yet. I may be proved wrong, but I don't think I will be. The WOOOOOOTON bit, I don't know at this stage whether he's guilty or innocent, but we're still going to have a laugh about the subject, because I think it's good to laugh, and I laugh at most everything. I'm hoping I don't lose any subscribers due to the fact that I'm having a laugh at his expense. If I do, I'll be gutted. But that is life. And it's to you few that like him that I say this. Please realise it's a laugh and a laugh only. That said, I put a video out about him yesterday because I was really shocked to hear that he's asked his followers, his friends, his fans to do almost like a GoFundMe thing to fund his case against his accusers. He's after 150,000, and as of a day or two ago he had 5,000. Firstly, I still can't believe he's asked for the money. I can't believe people have paid towards it, even though it's only 5,000 at this stage. I just don't get it at all. Well, somebody commented last night, surely he's earned enough money in his time, because I thought the same. Somebody else commented, why can't he go for a form of legal aid on a no-win, no-fee basis, and if he is innocent as he says, it'll get paid. And I think I commented back, on reflection, that's a really good point. But on reflection, I think there's firms out there that even if he's a losing case, they'll take him on just for the publicity that they'll get from it. Because if it goes to court, it's going to be a big case. Especially for all the GB News isn't as big as your BBCs and your ITVs, they're getting in the marketplace a lot more now. And because they were so heavy on Schofield, and it was GB against ITV and against the bosses there for many weeks and months, I think a lot of the public's going to follow this case. As I say, I don't know if he's done anything wrong. I really don't. I believe it's all in his byline news. I don't know what byline news is. I've never read it. I've never read up on it. Again, one of my viewers yesterday, I don't know if he is a subscriber, but one of the viewers said yesterday that he's paid 4 or 5 people off in the past. I don't know if it means about this case or about other things. But what I will say is, if he really is guilty of getting pictures off others, the fact that he's got the pictures and paid for them, I don't know that it's the end of the world. It's not the worst thing that he could do. But if he's done it, as they say as a pseudonym, and putting it to people that is a talent scout, then it's very, very, very wrong. You know, of the Schofield, him and Hugh Edwards, I would suggest Schofield's is probably the worst because he's done more than just had pictures. He's been with a fella, a much, much, much younger, more impressionable fella, and he's completely done the fella's head in. He's also been married, he's done it behind his wife's back, and he's kept secrets for many a year. I think Schofield's the worst. I think Wooton's the next worst, and Edwards isn't as bad. Now, I know Edwards, it's rumoured it was with a boy now, a man now, not a girl, but I think he always approached this person as himself, always made it known who he was, and as far as we're aware, he hasn't had a sexual relationship. It's all been, again, photos. So, again, it's not great, but I don't think it's as bad as what Wooton's going to be charged with if he gets charged with them, or what Schofield's done. But anyway, that's only me. Well, but I'm rabbiting on. I'm going to go off now. So in about half an hour now after you see this, there'll be the Dan Wooton video. It will be very much tongue-in-cheek, just as the Timothy Schofield, Philip Schofield ones were. I won't go in quite as deep as I did to the Philip Schofield one, because I know, I might get closed down and I don't want that. And then we're going to do something about one of the news channels. Is it Talk News with Morgan there? Morgan, Murdoch and the Sun. I don't like the Sun. And we're going to discuss more in depth the Hugh Edwards thing with his parents, because we mentioned last week that his parents have done an interview with Talk News, and I've thought about it daily since then, and I'm thinking to myself, I've now formed opinions on that, and I think I wasn't happy hearing about it at the outset, and more so now. But when I think the Sun is behind it, I start thinking to myself, well, you put two and two together, it's the Sun, isn't it? I mean, the only reason they're not called the Scum and they're called the Sun is it's easier to spell the Sun, isn't it? Otherwise they'd no doubt change the name. Anyway, Dan Wooton's coming next. So we're going to GB News' Dan Wooton and the allegations against him. And then we're going to, is it Talk News with Morgan, with Murdoch, with the Sun. And we're going to touch on things like Scousers, Hillsborough, and myself. Not that I'm that relevant within the context of the thing. And that's it, folks. Sorry I rambled on. If you've got to the end, well done. If you've not, no problem. And you won't know I'm saying no problem. You won't know I'm saying to anyone, well done, because you're not here. You're not seeing me now.